spreading that love, more blessings, more life.
God did.
You either win with us or you watch us win.
Welcome to the Sideline Podcast, where coaches get their take on football from the sideline. It's your co-host, J Mo, your host, Coach D.
Yo, what's going on? Man, let me give y'all a little information about the podcast. First of all, I want to say, hit that subscribe button down there at the bottom. It's a little red button. Hit that for us, help us grow. I do want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Next Throw QB,
Next Throw,
Westside Sports Youth Development as well. This podcast is going to come to y'all every week. Probably every Saturday. We probably have different guests on here, which we will have different guests. Let me make that much correct myself. We're going to have in-depth conversations about coaches and what their view is on football and in Chicago, and just their point of view of football from the sideline.
Yeah, let's give a little piggyback off that. Yeah, we will be interviewing coaches every week, active and retired, to give their take on football from the sideline. Without further ado, our first guest on the Sideline Podcast, Mr. Anthony Andrew.
Wow.
What's up, Drew?
What's up?
What's up, baby?
Not much.
Now, Drew, we know you as Drew, but for people who don't know you, give them a little background on yourself and where you're from, where you grew up.
Okay, my name is Anthony Andrew, affectionately known as Drew, Coach Drew, Papa Drew, whatever kind of Drew you want to. Old man. I'm from Chicago, born and raised, and been here all my life.
Oh, your life, all right. First question, Coach Drew, if you don't mind. What got you into playing sports?
I played it in the neighborhood. It's time to try and organize. See what I could do there.
When did you first start playing organized sports?
In 1982.
Dang. I mean,
come on now, D.
My bad.
Everybody,
My bad.
Sorry about that. How son can be.
Who was the mayor at that time?
I think it was Mayor Harold Washington.
You gonna fact check that? Might get on that for us.
I ain't for sure about that, but I believe it was Mayor Harold Washington.
Before we get into the nitty-gritty, I'm gonna get into the real quick, easy questions. In your opinion, what is organized sports? We have a lot of young kids out there that don't know what organized sports is. All they know is, background hoops outside in the park,
Organized sports is when you're playing on a team. Okay, a team that's in a competition that's sanctioned.
Okay.
Not in the park with your homies. No, that's not organized sports.
Talking about referees and officials.
Referees, officials, play by the rules.
By the rules, okay.
Uniforms.
So, I got one for you, man. What would you say that the difference of football from when you were playing and now? What would be the big difference?
The rules in terms of hitting someone, hitting the quarterback,
they don't let you
hitting somebody coming across the middle.
They don't let you put your hands
No, back then, boy, they give you some slabber knockers back then. They hit you, boy, and they ring your bell, and you wake up the next day like, who did that? You ready to fight. But right now, it's more of a flag football right now.
Now, you say back in your day you was playing football. When did you first start playing organized football?
In 82.
82.
Yeah.
So we're talking about this with high school?
Well, high school, yep. Collins High School. From 82 to 86.
Home of the Cobras.
Home of the Cobras, baby.
Okay,
Cobras for life.
That purple and gold, baby.
All right.
Purple and gold is different in the sunlight and in the night. I tell you.
Yeah, you said you first started playing in 82. From 82 to 86. 82 being your freshman year. Give me a little rundown on that freshman year. How did it go?
It went fine for me. Maybe not our team.
Hey, that man looked at the camera.
But maybe not our team. We was 4 and 5. I played middle linebacker. I played fullback.
So did you start playing freshman, Farsoft?
I started off on Farsoft. First 9 games I played Farsoft, and then towards the end of the season when the varsity made the playoffs, I got moved up to play in the playoffs. But of course I didn't get any time. I just got moved up to make the team better.
Okay.
And a little bigger
Now
problem.
you say that you have a middle linebacker for both freshman and varsity, correct?
No, Frostall.
Farsal.
Right.
Okay, so Farsal middle linebacker is a freshman.
Yeah.
What was that like compared to, as you say, we say it's the some say it's the cream puff league now with football. When you were playing your middle linebacker, what was the difference back then compared to now?
Back then, you was taught to stick your nose in. You ain't have to run up and tackle nobody. Your job was to run through them so you could knock them back the other way.
So you ran through a couple of them in middle linebacker.
No.
Ah, here we go. That's what I need right there.
My first taste, we were scrimmaging Harrison High School. And they had this fullback that they called Trump. And unfortunately, they was on the verge of closing. And we scrimmaged their varsity. And I never wanted to play middle linebacker again.
Got that bell rock, huh?
Got you together. He got me together, Papa. Hey, man, I don't got these stripes. You got these
Whoa.
stripes.
Well, them stripes I ain't think I earned, buddy.
Sometimes you get an elephant paw.
I went in there, and when he stepped all on my face mask and kept going,
Ruthless.
but he did come back and say, "You're gonna be good."
He ain't step on you.
He stepped on me.
Yeah.
Give us a little background about your coaching time.
Well, I primarily coached at College High School.
Okay.
You know, I coached there for 9 years. I coached at North Lawndale for 2 years. Then I coached at Crane for 5 years.
Oh, hold on, wait. Let's stop there. 'Cause I did some research. You left out of school, and now someone said that you started the
I
program.
don't mean to cut you off, but I know ain't nobody gonna be real with you. Like I'm gonna be real with you, cause this is the sideline. This is what we keep it real. Got a little white shit in you.
Man, thank you, man. Goddamn new hoodie that got me going. Got me going. I'm good. Y'all
Hey,
ain't
this
tell
the
me
sideline,
shit,
y'all.
man.
This
Y'all ain't
ain't
shit. Appreciate
this.
that,
You
brother.
ain't finna get none of that
But,
political. This is real.
Appreciate
this is real.
that. Appreciate that.
No problem. Go ahead.
But yeah, I did some digging. I heard that you started a program in North Lawndale.
Yeah, I started after Collins phased out. I started the program at North Lawndale, and I was there for 3 years. I started off as a sophomore with a sophomore program, but then I ended my last 2 years with a varsity.
You on this football, man. I know, you know. The only reason I would say that you are not still at Collins is because of the decision for it to phase out and go into
Yeah, they went to
different school.
a different school.
What were the problems at the other school? Like why were North Lawndale and Crane? You gonna cut that on while me and the man?
My bad. I apologize. You know.
You know, Crane. What were those
y'all happy?
problems there? Like were there any?
In terms of what?
The reason why you're not still in those schools?
Oh no. At North Lawndale, I guess they felt I was, they wanted to go in a different direction.
For a
you
person
know,
that started it.
For a person that started the program.
Started it, people.
Yeah, I
Took
started the
them
program.
to a
From not having a program
championship
to a program.
while
Yeah.
I was still in high school.
Yeah. They wanted to go in a different direction. You have to be a certain kind of coach. And if I'm going to coach, I know how I coach. I know how I get the best out of players. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't have had conference championships and city run-up.
We don't speak on them yet.
Because-
We got them right here, man. We're going to get into them.
I proved that I could take a 17-man roster to the city championship.
Had to do that. But then I heard, because I do a little digging myself. I am a football coach as well. You turned that program around.
Yeah, because the first year we went 3-6. Next year we went 3-6, and then the next year I brought my son in as the offensive coordinator. We went 6-3. Then the next year we went 8-0.
So with that, 'cause not to mention those last
You
2
won
years
6-3.
was a back-to-back,
6-3.
back-to-back
We
conference
played that last
champions.
game. So it was
6-3.
6-3.
So you say that third year you brought on D on your staff. What would you say, in your opinion, was the difference from your first 2 years versus that third year when you're bringing in, I would say, a younger, hip coach who's going to deal with the game that's evolving?
It was because by that time, kids knew you had to practice. You know, you had to practice. You know, you have juniors and seniors that's set in your way. So you don't, you know, you build with the younger kids. Mm-hmm. You have the vision, okay, in 2 years.
You're going to be this.
Right. What can I have done in 2 years? So that meant that I had to get rid of the seniors, then the following year seniors. So that meant that I was pretty much trying to program the freshmen and sophomores to the system. Exactly. So by the time they juniors and seniors, they'll know the system. That's the same way I did with I took over at Collins with the 17 players.
Right.
They were in the system for 2-3 years, and the whole summer they didn't practice. Mm-hmm. I only had 2 players at practice, and what got us through that season was that they was in the system already 2-3 years. So they was there.
So
it made it easier. So our first game, they didn't come until the 2 weeks before the season started. Before the first game. I had 2 players. Yep. My son and my nephew.
Kelvin.
We was sitting in the park watching them 2 play catch.
Yep.
Through training camp.
Yep.
But 2 weeks before season started, a couple of guys said the whole team would be
from like when you're playing to the kids.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
You're coaching.
Big difference. Definitely big difference. I mean, if anybody knows this guy as far as coaching, you know what type of coach Drew was. You knew what he brought to the table. You knew how aggressive he was. Not the fact that he was aggressive, but the tone of his voice. That wasn't. It wasn't like he was just going. It was just something he was born with. The tone of his voice. So now the tone of his voice now scares people. It's like,
tell me,
coach, come on, why you always gotta yell? It's not. I'm not yelling.
That's who he is.
So I would think that
like I told you, certain things you can't say. You can't get in the kid's face and holler at them now. You can't do that.
Hold on, my brother Big Dre. Prime example.
Shout out Big Dre.
You can't get in his face, kid's face. Big Dre did something on the sideline. And he wasn't getting blocked right. They was beating him up. This was practice. They was beating Big Dre up in practice, I think. And,
no, you talking about when I was what you
went in the middle.
No, that was a game when he
in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Grabbed that man by his face mask and was like, Big Dre turned out first team all conference junior year and the first team all conference all lineman his senior year.
Right.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do that now.
That's what I'm saying. It's different from
It's really amazing that some of the guys that I played with still tell me they had nightmares chasing me. Yeah. And I was like, what? He said, yeah, man. He said, because we knew one thing when we was in high school and we had to play y'all, stop you. We had a game plan. We used to try and hurt you, but for some reason, you couldn't catch me. And I told him, I said, well, that's the reason.
Another time for the break. Shout out sponsors.
Next
Up QB.
Now, shout out to y'all.
Westside Youth Sports Development Group.
We go, man. One thing I can say is I really appreciate this time. Hold on. Appreciate this time from Drew because he ain't got to do this, and for him to take time out of his day for definitely to bless my podcast.
Being the first ever guest on the first podcast,
and I couldn't go no other direction. He had to be the first guest.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Y'all know the knowledge that he brings for everybody out there that's watching the podcast that know us or know Drew. Y'all know the knowledge and game that he brings. And I know the comment section gonna be crazy for him. I know y'all gonna be like, "Oh, Drewski, don't get on here calling them all the dodos." And don't do it, guys. Don't do it. But one thing I want to say in closing, you've done a lot, not only for the game, but I'm gonna speak for me personally, man. Giving me the light that you gave me, giving me the structure that you gave me, not only on the field but off the field. I want to say I do appreciate this. I do appreciate you and everything that you bring to us every day. I want to say you are getting old.
There you go.
You ain't getting younger.
The wisdom that you're leaving.
Look, they better realize,
That's your GQ.
You took a
Watch
shot.
out. Watch out.
You look. You see me now? You see me now? Thank y'all.
Y'all have a good night, y'all. And always, the podcast, the sideline.